Hi, I'm Brent Carpenter, publisher of Foundation Comics and co-creator of UN Force, an international team of superheroes. It's hard to believe it's been nearly 2 decades since Paul Kowalski and I first originally created and co-produced those first issues. And our landmark special edition first issue landed us an interview on CNN Headline News on March 3rd, 1993.
Dreamed up by Brent Carpenter and Paul Kowalski. It's the UN Super Force.
The UN Force is the largest team of superheroes ever assembled. There's 25 heroes from 19 different nations. They're brought together by the United Nations as an international superpower peacekeeping force.
Well, it's 2010 now. I'm a lot older, a lot wiser, maybe a little less hair. But as you can see, we've dramatically redesigned and reimagined the characters. Our production team is assembled and ready to go. The only thing that we lack is funding. And God willing, and with your contribution, we'll be in production by the middle of summer, and our first issue will be ready by the end of the year. Because after all, a new era demands the next breed of heroes. Thank you.
The beleaguered UN peacekeeping force finally has some help. It's on these pages. Dreamed up by Brent Carpenter and Paul Kowalski. It's the UN Super Force.
The UN Force is the largest team of superheroes ever assembled. There's 25 heroes from 19 different nations. They're brought together by the United Nations as an international superpower peacekeeping force. Their mission basically is to combat global menaces that go beyond the scope of any one government.
The stories are all based on real-life crises.
In the course of the first 15 issues, we're going to cover everything from Tiananmen Square massacre,
Berlin Wall,
the Berlin Wall coming down, the
terrorism in Northern Ireland,
the Soviet coup plot. We deal with the phenomenon of gay teen suicide, the problem with these priests molesting children in these churches.
The creators have also added maps to help those who are, as they put it, not exactly geographically literate. Brent is the primary writer. Paul draws the pages. His wife, Brooke, adds the color. Each page takes her about 5 hours to complete.
A lot of comic books nowadays are not, colorful enough. What I try and do is, do more of the shadings and that type of thing.
Carpenter and the Kowalskis were zapped by almost every major comic book publisher, but Caliber Press of Plymouth, Michigan felt the power of the UN Super Force, and now it's finally on the shelves in the U.S. and Canada. The UN Force may be based on events that have already happened, but here in issue 1, which was written some months ago, it eerily predicted the future. For instance, here on page 27 it says, "The World Trade Center, downtown Manhattan, 5 miles away. Traitors."
We'll deal with things mostly how they actually happened in history and put our own slant on them.
But whether or not there's an explosion as there was in real life, we'll have to wait till issue 2. Ed Garston, CNN Detroit.